What's up, everybody? It's Dave here, and we're going to do a little intro before the show. Just want to let you know why I'm lagging a little bit on getting things done. The day starts for me, pack up the truck, get up there. From house to where I'm at is about 30-35 minutes to get set up. Then I'm there for a good 10, 12 plus hours. Then drive back home and, download some stuff, maybe do a little photog editing, eat, and then go to sleep and repeat. So getting the editing done is not easy. It's very time consuming. This one probably took a good 10 plus hours to get done. It's a little longer, but it's action packed. And yes, you will see Sunny fly. Plus, the crazy storm up in Big Bear was pretty cool. That's why it takes so long. And today I risked it, rolled the dice. I think after the storm and Sunny's little expedition away for a day off the nest, I gambled that they weren't going to go anywhere. And thank God I was right, at least at this point in time of day. It's still got some light left, but I think they're going to stay. So I guess I know my birds fairly well. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments, likes, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the show. All right. Good morning, everybody. It's Dave here, and we are checking in. We had an exciting day yesterday. Sonny decided to bail out of the nest and go over to the roost tree. Yeah, we missed that on a battery change. Gosh darn it. But anyways, we got some cool footage of her hanging out at the roost tree, flapping around. I don't think so many people were able to see the view, but I was able to capture it. Sunny bouncing around on the tree limb, going back and forth, trying to figure out how to get back to the nest. But yet just didn't have the guts to make the second jump. But I think there might be a limb just underneath Sunny that she might be concerned about. And I think that's what is preventing her from doing the second flight, or just a little bit of nerves. Gizmo was up in the nest, and we had Jackie show up as soon as shortly after Sunny had fledged. She showed up, found out that Sunny wasn't there. She took off, came back, brought a big fat fish in, tried to persuade her back to the nest, possibly. But Gizmo was stoked, got tons of food. She took off, I believe, and then Shadow came in with the fish too, fed Gizmo. Still no go on Sunny flying back. And then they just kind of went back and forth, in and out of the nest, staying close. Stuck around till about a little after 8 p.m. It was a long day. Never took my face off the viewfinder. It was the easiest way to see things, as the camera kind of lags by about 30 seconds, so it doesn't really help you too much on activity and what's about to happen. But nonetheless, Sonny was up there, bouncing around, flapping his wings. Thought he was going to fly a couple times, didn't get it, but that's the way life goes. So I'm dedicated here at 6 a.m. On getting Gizmo first flight as well, or as a second best. But anyways, nonetheless, so at the end of the night, Jackie came into the nest, hung out for a little bit with Gizmo, and then finally swooped down and joined Sunny in the roost tree. That's where he ended up going, which is quite interesting, because I don't think the eaglets have ever seen mom and dad go to the roost tree. They don't really hang out the roost tree at night, that I'm aware of, during the nesting season. Off season, they kind of do that a little bit more so. But Jackie flew out of the nest, joined Sunny up in the roost tree, about a limb below, kind of where they almost always hang out. And then Shadow had come into the nest, and shortly thereafter, no, he wasn't in the nest. He flew in from somewhere and kind of swooped up from left to right and joined Jackie in the roost tree, which is the first time they probably hung out there together in quite some time. Even the other day, they were hanging out on the pickle fork tree together. This is the first time I've seen them hang out together in quite some time. So that was pretty interesting too. But they just back to Sunny and Jackie and Shadow in the roost tree, hung out, and Gizmo is out the back door flapping around, looking at them. Could totally see the three of them in the roost tree, and he was flapping, and I thought he was going to go. I think he really wanted to join them because he was the only one in the nest. Pretty funny, and so he was kind of tripping out on that, and through the 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or something like that, Gizmo was up there in the nest, perched up, not laying down yet, and he was still pretty much wide awake. I think even at 9 or so, 9:30 or something, kept checking. He was looking around, seeing what was up. Again, kind of, tripping out like, where is everybody? This is my nest, and it's my time to fly. So hopefully today's the day on that. We'll see what happens. We'll see if Sunny, bails out of the roost tree, maybe makes back to the nest or flies around a little bit. We're all excited about all that. I'm sure you guys all heard the news, but yep, you know me, I'm a little bit, I got a lot to do, 12, 13, 14-hour days. So when I get home, a little tough to get the editing done. So I'm going to try to find some time in the next day or so to kind of post that up. And you're obviously watching it live now. So I had already done that. So we'll see what happens today, and it's a beautiful morning, nice and still and calm right now. Little clouds, probably 60 something degrees, low 60s right now maybe, and we're gonna see what happens. So hang in there and enjoy the show. Appreciate you guys, really do. Thanks again for all the comments. I can't remember the person that told me it was gonna fledge yesterday. I've been thinking in like at least another week. So I was wrong. And if that was you that commented, comment again so I can say you're the winner. I did guess the 10 o'clock hour, but just didn't get the day. But again, if that was you, post it again and say that was me, and I will call you the winner for sure. You nailed it. So anyways, let's see what today holds for us, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. Enjoy your day, coffee, evening, whatever it might be, wherever you are in the world. Again, thanks again for tuning in and watching. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Well, it's about 6:30 in the morning here, and Jackie has been sitting there all morning long, overlooking Sunny and Gizmo, making sure there's no predators and everybody's safe and sound. And, it was overnight. Sunny had spent the night in the roost tree with Mom and Dad. They bailed early, but ever since then, he has been still trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how to get back to that nest. Hasn't been easy. Does he have the courage? I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, as I said earlier in the video, she's up there trying to figure it out, and I think there's that limb in front of her, just below her, that she's concerned about hitting on the way out. So she's been back and forth, up and down that limb, trying to find a nice safe place to exit. But not easy, and trying to gain the courage. And as I sit here and watch, I kind of think to myself, well, maybe Jackie or Shadow will show up with a fish. And then, since she hasn't eaten in a good 15 hours, she'll want to get to the nest when they show up. So that's what I'm thinking. We'll see what happens here. But she's still flapping away. And speaking of not eating in a while, back in some of the earlier episodes, I had mentioned the crop drop, where they can actually eat food, put it in their stomach, and then store some in their esophagus in a crop. So overnight, while she slept in that tree with Jackie and Shadow, hopefully she had some stored up food and she was fine throughout the night. Good thing Mom and Dad have been teaching her how to store that food. They're such good teachers. And meanwhile, you got Gizmo up in the tree all by herself, flopping around, going to the front porch, the back porch, cruising around, enjoying the nest in her own alone time. And this is where I think Gizmo's almost got it, right here. Maybe he's going to go. He's got a good spot. But nope, not enough courage just yet. Not hungry enough. She's really just trying to figure out her balance and try to get the courage. And meanwhile, Gizmo's over there trying to warm up her wings, getting ready to fledge herself. And maybe, just maybe, she's thinking, maybe I wait a little while after what she saw her sister do yesterday and last night. And meanwhile, of course, I missed it. They sneak in and out all the time on me. But Jackie had snuck back in the nest, and with or without a fish, and after a little bit of time, oh my goodness, here she goes. She wants to get back to the nest, and she takes flight right up on top of the canopy of the nest. Struggles a little bit to get her ground and her footing, her taloning. She eventually gets a good position. And Gizmo freaks out that her sister's back. She's all up there looking at her going, "What are you doing up there? You're supposed to be in the nest." And if you look closely, you can even see Jackie doing the same thing, all looking up at her. But of course, she's got herself in a little bit of a pickle because it's not real clean to get down into the nest from the top canopy. So she bounces around, tries to find a way around the top of the tree, trying to figure out a hole down into the nest. And so this goes on for a little while, and Gizmo and Sunny trade flapperoonies. So then Sunny flaps around a little bit more and finally gets an opportunity to get a hop, skip, and a jump and ends up on the other side of the canopy. Sunny ends up there and hangs out in that spot for a little while, trying to figure out a way down. And Gizmo hangs out on the front porch way up high, flapping her wings, giving her sister some encouragement, saying, "Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Nest is Right." And Sunny just keeps trying and trying and trying to get down to that nest. So I'll just let this roll and we'll let you guys watch what happens for a little bit of time here. So as Sunny and Gizmo flap around, and Sunny tries to find a way down, Mom decides that she's gonna head on over to the cactus tree and hang out there for a little while. She spends a little time there just overlooking everybody, making sure everybody's safe. And of course, while she was sitting up there and I'm filming that, and then took a little break from staring at a nest for like 2 hours, Sunny had decided to fly off the top of the canopy and over to another little tree, and sure enough, missed the dang shot. And then along comes Shadow, being followed by a raven, lands in the nest. Shortly thereafter, Jackie comes in to join him. And between the two of them, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them dropped off a fish. Meaning, Sunny is hungry and about to come on home. A little bit of a rough landing here, but she finds her talons, gets a little spot, and tries to figure out how to get to that nest, get to that fish too. She's hungry. Meanwhile, the gizmo getting all the free food, all for herself, as Sunny's freaking out and trying to figure out how to get to that fish too. Then you can see Mom or Dad look up and like, what are you doing up there? Get down here and eat. Then Sunny decides to pop up to the very top, try it from that angle. And we'll see how she does. And meanwhile, Gizmo's mowing that fish down, chomping away, and Sunny is jealous. Then Sunny freaks out so bad that she just decides to drop down. Somehow she gets down there and fights over the fish. But then she only gets a few bites out of it because Gizmo's mowed it all down. Then it's obviously a little chaotic in the nest, and you can see, I believe, Shadow jump up onto the Y branch and get the heck out of the way. So as these two fight over the fish, I think even Gizmo gives up the little piece that's left over, and Sunny eats some. Then Mom decides to get out of Dodge and leave the kids behind to eat. And eventually, Shadow's like, okay, I've had enough. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here too. So they hang out together, Sunny and Gizmo, back in the nest. Gizmo's probably saying, what the heck did you do? Was it worth it? And Sunny was like, no, it totally wasn't worth it. It was a long night, and I don't think I'm ever leaving the nest again. Then I happened upon these two western grebes, really super cool birds, and I noticed that they had a little baby. And here's Mom. She's got a little feather. She feeds it to the chick because it helps with digestion. She dips it in the water and then gives it to the little chickie. It's so cool how they hang out in the back of the feathers, just hanging out, staying warm and safe. The mom and the dad will take turns toting them around as the other one hunts and fishes and feeds them. But then, the weather changes and even the grebes are getting ready to get out of Dodge. And now, Sunny and Gizmo, all in the nest, perfectly safe and sound, experience their first spring storm. Sunny couldn't have picked a better time to get back home. And if you live in Big Bear, you know it was a good storm with some thunder and lightning. But for the rest of you, here's what happened. They didn't seem too bothered by the thunder and lightning, nor did it bother me. I wanted to bring you nature as it happened, right in front of your face. As I watched them flap around and jump around in the nest, I could only think that they were only like kids splashing in the puddles in the rain, having a great time. They might have been just trying to get the water off their wings, but it sure looked like they were having fun. They were splashing around and having a good old time. Couldn't imagine being an eagle going through this storm. What an experience. It was all fine and dandy, and even I freaked out. You see Sonny and Gizmo freak, I did the same thing. As freaky as it was, nonetheless, I'm pretty sure Jackie showed up here and just made sure that she was close by and let him know that she's okay and they're okay. But boy, did I do a little head duck when that cracker rocked. Okay, now tailing. Sweet. How's that?
It might be time to go.
Might be time to go. Whether it's rain, snow, or sleet, it seems like they've experienced it all in their first couple of months. But they'll be fine. This is raw nature, and they can handle it. Tough little buggers. But all in all, it turned out to be a beautiful day after the storm passed, and then they were chilling, reflecting on the day, and Sonny was glad he was back in the nest. And old Gizmo, well, he's just a chiller anyhow. I dig him. Nonetheless, they had a great day and they made it through it. I think they had a little fun doing it. I know I did. Well, everybody, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. I know I'm a little behind schedule, but there's a lot going on. I'm out there like 12 hours plus a day, and then I got to come back and edit. So I'll try to make a couple of shorts in between in the future. This was episode 4, so a couple more. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch them. Just trying to help document it from my point of view and show you what's been going on. Hope you enjoyed. Bye now, guys.